So today we're working on 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication, and this is a very basic start of that. So what we do first is we have some 2-digit by 1-digit, and then directly below it, you'll notice the problems that are directly below it line right up. So if you're practicing this at home, you might want to do the problems from top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because they match. See, 42 times 6, and then you take it to 42 times 16, because there's a clear relationship here. So we're going to solve the 1-digit ones first, the 1-digit 1 first. We're going to say 6 times 2 is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. So the answer is 252. Now watch what happens when we do this. First thing we do, we're just going to kind of cover that up. You can use a piece of paper, you can use whatever might be helpful to you in covering that first number up. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say 6 times 2 is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Look, the answer is the same up to this point. Now, we're done with this number. I'm just going to cross it out. You can use a pencil to cross it out in case you need to go back to it. And we're also done with this number. So we got to get rid of those because we don't need them anymore. Now we can go on to our second number, but in order to do that, we need to put a 0 right here in the ones place. It's kind of like paying a token or something. I don't know. But we put a 0 there. And then we're going to multiply just like we multiplied over here. So I'm going to say 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4, and there's nothing to add because I remembered to erase it. And I put it here. And look, see how I kept everything in nice lines? Okay, it may help you to draw those lines in. Draw a line across, you're going to add them together. You're going to say 2 plus 0 is 2, 5 plus 2 is 7, and 2 plus 4, is 6. So the answer is 672. So essentially a two-step multiplication problem is like a one-step problem with a few extra steps on the end. Okay, so let's try this one. 93 times 5, and then we'll do 93 times 55. 93 times 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Put down the 5, carry the 1. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 is 46. So the answer is 465. Alright? And we'll circle those so we can see. Now, if we cover this one up, we'll see this should be 465. Let's check it. 5 times 3, 15. Put down the 5, carry the 1. 5 times 9, 45, plus 1 is 46. So it works. Okay, now we've already used this one. We've already used this one. So now, in order to move on to the next number, right, this next number here, we're going to put a 0 here in the ones place. Draw some lines so that I can line everything up nicely. Don't get confused. And I'll do 5 times 3, right, we always start from the right to the left. 5 times 3 is 15. Down the 5, carry the 1. Alright, so there's a 1 that I'm going to add this time. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1 is 46. So we add it here, 46, and then we can just add them together. 5 plus 0 is 5, 6 plus 5 is 11, put down the 1, carry the 1. 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So the answer should be 5,115. So you start to see the pattern, right? This number is always going to be the same as if you had done just a one-digit problem. Okay, next, 81 times 7. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. So the answer should be 567. So this should also be 567. Let's check it. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. Perfect. All done with this one. Okay, and I suggest using a pencil for this, again, in case you have to go back and look. Didn't have anything up here. I want to go on to this one, but I need to put a 0 here in the ones place to make that work. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. Okay, this time I didn't draw my lines to keep it in a line. And you may not need to after a while, but it's still a good habit to make sure you're getting it. 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus 8 is 13. 1,377 is the answer to that. Okay, next, number 4. 27 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21. Put down the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So the answer is 81. So let's check and see if we get 81. We should. 3 times 7 is 21. Put down the 2. Carry it, I mean. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And look, we have 81 right there. All done with that, all done with that. We want to move on to this one. Draw a 0 here in the ones place, and then we multiply again. 5 times 7 is 35. Put down the 5, carry the 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Okay, and then we add them up. 1 plus 0 is 1. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. And then 1. So 1,431 is the answer. Okay, next. Number 5. 47 times 4. 4 times 7 is 28. Down the 8, carry the 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. 188 is the answer. And then we should get 188 here. Let's check. 4 times 7 is 28. Down the 8, carry the 2. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18. That's 188. Now I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of this. I'll put a 0 here. Okay, because this is the one I want to go to next. 3 times 7 is 21. Put down the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Okay, and then in case you want to put your lines back there to keep it right on track, add those up. 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 1 plus 4 is 5. And then just bring the 1 down. 1,598. Okay, so that's 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication.